Yo, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? This your man Lucky. I'm back in the building with another one. Hope everybody's doing good. Let me see who I got in the building with me. I got Nobi in the building. What's going on, Nobi?
Good afternoon, evening.
Something like that. Afternoon, evening. Yeah, it's all good. What's up, Nobi? What you been up to?
Nothing is a happy Sunday. Still sunny out.
Okay, that's what's up. So look, I just wanted to hop in here real quick, and I wanted to talk about this Glorilla situation, right? Everybody's making a big fuss about it. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but at least the I'll say the gospel music industry,
Mm.
or maybe the lifestyle of, like, people who listen to gospel music, religious people maybe, and they're all up in arms with the fact that Glorilla won the award for best, like, BET gospel inspirational song. Um and I don't really know why they're up in arms about it, right? But a lot of people are. What's your thoughts on
Well, first of all, trying to figure out how she got onto a gospel record, album, song. Um,
Okay, hold on. Hold your thought. Hold that thought, right? So look, to make a gospel song, does that mean that you have to be religious or living, you know what I'm saying, like that lifestyle? It's simply a classification
oh,
of music. You know what I'm saying? It's just a genre of music. So I can't anybody, you know what I'm saying, just make a song and it fall into whatever category it falls into.
I guess if you look at it like that, like Little Nas X did a country album, so I guess
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
can do
Like,
whatever nowadays. It doesn't matter.
yeah, but see, when it comes to the music, I don't think there's like a prerequisite of, like, okay, well, how many times have you gone to church if you want to make a gospel song, right? Or if you want to make a, I don't know, R&B song, how many times have you been heartbroken, right? Because most R&B songs be like they going through a
I guess
heartbreak,
yeah.
and you know what I'm saying, something like that. So, I mean, I guess anybody that wants to come out and make a song, I guess they can make a song, and just based on what it is that they're talking about or that particular style of music, then it'll fall into whatever category.
I kind of it's just throwing me off guard because knowing the type of music she normally does, it just
Right,
I'm thinking
right,
of lips be popping.
right. I
That's
got
the
you.
song I know her really for. So if you're on
Yeah,
a gospel music or a gospel album or song now, it's just like okay, I'm just trying to figure out where that came from.
right. So look, the song that she did collaborate with Kirk Franklin
Who
and
collaborates with everyone?
another group, Maverick City Music, right? So it was a collaboration with, well, I know Kirk Franklin is in that space, and I'm not sure about the Maverick City Music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure because I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan of gospel music, but I don't listen. You know what I'm saying? That's not what
Yeah,
I really don't listen to much of anything, to be honest with you. But so do you think that it should be an issue that she did or was able to even collaborate, you know what I'm saying, with you know what I'm saying, like with Kirk Franklin and all that?
no, because he collaborates with everyone. He doesn't care as long as he's getting the album sales. To me, he'll collaborate with anyone. So
Mm.
I don't think that's an issue. I think uh, maybe a lot of people in the gospel scene they feel like it should only be certain people, and only those certain people probably should win awards. Yeah,
Do you think that that's fair? I
no,
mean,
but
should, if it's music, right? So okay, let me ask you this: if you make a certain style of music, should you have to live that lifestyle in which that genre of music falls into, right? So I'll give you an example, right? Back in the day, you pretty much had hip hop, right? That's all I listened to was hip hop, and then you, you had artists that were coming out that, in my opinion, were not hip hop. They were putting out rap music, but they weren't hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Because like hip hop is more of a culture. You know what I'm saying? Rapping is a style. You know what I'm saying? Like a style of music or whatever, right? Rhyming or whatever. But hip hop is more about the culture that is attached to. So I would separate certain artists. I wouldn't put certain artists in the hip hop category. You know what I'm saying? But they would be in the rap category. You know what I mean? And it was based on the lifestyle. So do you think like with gospel music and you should at least live that that lifestyle?
You don't have to. I think if we really think about it, life changes, the world changes every day. So there's always going to be some changes that happen where people are not going to be happy with, because they're used to just these this type of person singing gospel.
Right.
And that's part of the problem. And even with my face in the beginning, you're just used to hearing certain people sing gospel. To hear like Glorilla singing on a gospel album, I haven't heard it, so I can't even say, did she sing? Did she rhyme? Did she rap? I don't know. Um, but that's probably the reason why my face even looked like that and questioned it in the beginning.
Right, right. Yeah, it was kind of wild when I heard it. And it looked crazy because like when she accepted the award, she looked like she was kind of surprised herself. I think she said it as well, like, oh my God, I don't believe, what I won this. But yeah, yeah, just the community, what I'm saying, is in an uproar. Let me ask you this. Do you think that maybe they feel some type of way that she's getting the record sales in, what I'm saying, maybe their genre of music and they're not? Because I do think that part of being even being considered for that award, you have to get a certain amount of record sales.
Well, anything with Franklin is going to get some record sales.
Mm.
I think multiple people collaborated with him and they won awards on account of that. So for herself, she that was a great move on her part. But the people, the gospel listeners, they're not happy. They're not happy because they want it to be someone else. They don't feel she's the right person for that.
So do you think that speaks of, and I don't want to like make it seem like I'm coming down negative on anybody, but do you think that comes down on the type of people
Yes,
who are I
the
mean,
gospel listeners.
yeah, like
But
or the
okay, I'm gonna
the
say this, and I'm
community.
gonna throw this out there. The church, to me, I feel like a lot of times the church is always very judgmental.
Okay.
So here is just another way to show that they're judgmental. They're not happy that she won. That in their eyes, she's not a gospel singer. She doesn't represent the church. She's hip hop, rap, whatever you want to call it. She's not what in their eyes what they feel someone should be winning a gospel award.
Okay,
And that's
so
what it is.
let me ask you this. Do you think that that's their way of protecting the integrity, like their integrity? Right? No? You think that
That's just their way of how, and this is my opinion, my personal opinion. I'm not putting this on anyone else. I just feel a lot of times people in the church tend to look at people differently when they're not their own.
do you think that they look at them differently because they're not their own, or do you think they look at them differently because of what they actually represent? You know what I'm saying? Because somebody can be not my own, right? And they be okay. But if they're out representing something crazy, then I would keep them away from me. You understand what I'm saying? If they was still living what I would consider, let's just say, a clean lifestyle, but we were different, that's a little bit different than someone who's just You know what I'm saying? Living a totally different lifestyle. And
Hmm.
sometimes you might have to, and I'm not saying that this is what should be done. I'm just trying to look at it from a, you know what I'm saying? From a perspective. Just like me, I have a circle of friends. You understand what I'm saying? And my circle of friends is very small. And it's because of a lot of associates that I do have. They don't live the type of lifestyle that I approve of in my circle. They can do whatever they want to do out there. I don't have a problem with them. Do what you want to do. However, I'm not going to let you in my circle simply because of the lifestyle that you live. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to protect the integrity of myself and my circle. So, you know what I'm saying? Could that be, or is that not how that's supposed to be done? Are they supposed to just have open arms for everybody? And then, you know what I mean?
You're supposed to have open arms for everyone.
Open arm. Okay. All right. I got you.
That's what I was. I mean, when I was growing up in church, not saying I go much now, but I was told you're supposed to have open arms for everyone. So if you're supposed to have open arms for everyone, then you should not be in an uproar that she actually won this award.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this, right? Like I said before, part of how she won the award, right, was based on record sales. Do you believe a lot of those record sales came from the gospel music community, or do you think it came from Glorilla's, community?
I mean, I think it's probably both,
You
and
think
I
it's both?
think maybe her jumping on there and collaborating helped the sales of that
Okay.
because people probably wanted to hear what's this song? Was she on a gospel song? And
Mm,
wanted to hear it.
okay.
Um, and so it helped the record sales.
Okay.
It's probably a great not publicity stunt, but a great a good business move.
Okay. Do you think that you think that she could potentially maybe bridge the gap between those that are, you know what I'm saying, out there, you know what I'm saying, to kind of maybe, hey, look, y'all, I mean, it's,
She
come
could.
over here,
She could. I mean, I wouldn't put nothing past anyone. She could.
Okay.
I mean, especially with the younger generation.
Right, right.
I mean, you just take away from some of that drill music and, get some of these younger generations listening to something else that can be more, I don't want, what's a good word to use, but just pull them
Beneficial.
away from, yeah, what'd you say?
I said beneficial.
Yeah, yeah,
Beneficial to
yeah,
life, you know?
yeah. So who
Okay.
knows? It could, and maybe that's what they were trying to do.
Hmm. Could be.
Maybe that's what they were trying to do, trying to get this younger generation to look at something from a different standpoint. So who knows? That's what I said. It's probably a good business move on her part, on Kurt Franklin's part, because
Okay.
he didn't just let anyone on.
Okay. Okay. So you think it's strategic on his part? Like, yo, who's
Could
hot
be.
right now?
It could be.
Who's hot right now? You know what I mean?
I
Okay.
mean, he could have picked many different people, but he chose her. He allowed her to be on there. I don't know if she asked or if he asked, but he could have said no too. But
Right.
maybe there was a strategic move about that. That's the reason why he did it.
Do you think the community should have some type of feelings towards him for the collaboration?
I think they shouldn't have a feeling towards him like, look and see what this may do. This may bridge
Mm,
the gap between hip hop. I don't know, she consider hip hop rap or whatever have you, but maybe it could bridge the gap between the two.
right. Right.
Because
I
maybe you
agree.
have some young kids now that may start thinking, okay, maybe I need to go to church. This may be the song they play in church. So maybe now they'll go to church.
Okay. All right, I got you. I got you. Do you think they are well, do you think they're just as hard on R&B singers who have, you know what I'm saying, done gospel songs or gospel albums?
I don't think so, because a lot of times most people who are doing R&B, they say they start off in the church and singing gospel, and then
Mm,
when
okay.
they become into the business, then they're singing R&B, but they normally
Okay.
they start in gospel. They
Right,
start in the
right.
church as a kid singing in the choir.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. I never thought. I didn't even think of it. I didn't think of that. But they, when I listen, when I think back, it's like, yeah, that's how they started in the church choir. So
Hattie LaBelle.
she
Think
started
of
in the church
Fantasia.
choir.
They started all in the church.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's interesting. Yeah, I just thought it was. I thought it was just pretty interesting that you know what I'm saying, that she won the award, but then, she was kind of getting that backlash that she was getting, and I was really just trying to figure out, like, where is the backlash really coming from? Like, who has?
Change. It's coming from change.
Okay.
People, again, they don't want to change. They want to continue to do the same thing. And we have to stop. Like I said, even for me, I made that face in the beginning because I'm like, gospel?
Yeah, because it's like it's not a normal,
Right.
kind of like mix that you would see. It's not, you know what I mean? Because it seems like, I don't want to say she's way one way, and then gospel music is way another way, but they are kind of, in my opinion, like on different.
Maybe she's looking
You
to
know what I
change.
mean?
And this is her way of changing.
Okay,
I don't know, but that's just a standpoint that we can look at it from.
okay. And everybody handles or deals with religion differently, right? Everybody interprets the Bible. I mean, every
We ain't gonna get into religion.
yeah, yeah. No, we definitely not gonna get into it, but yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just interesting. I got another question though. Do you think this is the same? Because when Beyonce did her joint, she got a
Boy,
lot of
what's that?
backlash.
What was her name of her album? Country Cowboy something.
Something I don't even. I'm not. I don't know. But I know that I was hearing a lot of backlash from
Country.
the country music, that side, and a lot of people were just like, nah, this is not, what I mean. And I was just really trying to figure out, like, I get it. I was just attaching it to lifestyle. Like, you don't live this lifestyle, so how can you jump over here and talk about, what I'm saying, ABC, the same way I was with rap and hip hop, you know.
But I thought music is supposed to bring people together.
um listen, right now it's like everything separates. You know what I'm saying? Anything right now is just all about separation, in my opinion. That's just what it seems like.
I just always thought music was supposed to bring people together, and it seemed like, you know, when someone uh, goes over to a different genre, it brings people apart because now they're like, well, why are they singing this? Well, I thought we're supposed to be able to sing anything. Like, what's the standard for someone singing country? What's the standard for someone singing gospel? What's the standard for someone singing, not singing, but doing hip hop or
I think
rhyming?
your background. I think your background. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't grow up,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You talking about background? You got a lot of ghostwriters. A lot of people singing songs that didn't write the song. So
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
just
But I
singing it
mean,
and
for the
someone
for
else is
the
writing it.
so okay, but for the performer, whoever's performing it, like, yo, listen, if you ain't about this life, you know what I mean? Stay over in your lane.
I get that. But a lot of times, think of these artists that are out there. You have people who are rapping about stuff and they live on the east, the west, not the west
Yeah,
coast, but
but you
like
know what?
a good side of town, and never experienced a gun, anything happen to them, getting robbed, anything, and they go and they do six, and they're successful in their song.
But listen, listen. How many of those guys have gotten exposed? They came after Ti hard. Yo, you're not even from that side of town you claiming. They Rick Ross. Man, what you talking about, man? You was a correction officer. Now you talking about all that, like, those you know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys, they get exposed. Like, what are you talking about? One rapper, his pops just exposed him. His pops were like on a live. I don't know if it's like a Facebook or TikTok or something like that. Talking about, boy, what are you talking about? You all this. I think that he was playing his music and it's like, you grew up in a two-parent household in a nice, you went to private school. You're this and you're that. What are you talking about?
Sounds
So,
like 8 Mile when
oh yeah,
he was
yeah,
going against that guy.
right,
But
right.
that's what I'm saying. So a lot of times these people have not been exposed to this lifestyle, and they're doing making these songs or rapping about these things and never been exposed to that lifestyle, and they're doing well.
Hmm.
So it's like, come on, if she jumped on the album, okay, fine. Maybe
Right.
again, maybe she wants to, she wants to experience doing something different. She wants to expand her what is it? What do they call it? Their
Well, her fan base.
not her fan base, or it's just her catalog. Who
Okay.
knows?
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, me included, we just become a people that are just very judgmental. And is it fair? No. Is it going to continue to happen? Yes.
So hold up. You telling me you don't judge people?
I said me included. Me included. We have
So you
become.
do judge people?
I have judged. I have
Okay.
judged.
Okay. But when you judge people, it's not really to down them. It's more or less to protect you, right? You don't. People have to qualify. People got to qualify to be in my circle. Period. So yeah, there's going to be some things that I have to, you know what I'm saying, look at and either qualify you or disqualify you. So you can call it what you
You're
want.
not judging them to be in a negative way, like, oh, well, no. I just don't do this, so I'm not going to be around this. That's not judging.
What is that?
I don't do that, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to be around that.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. You said that's not judging?
I don't mean in a negative way. Like, I'm just. You want to do that? That's on you. I'm just not doing that. I'm not part of that. Like I
Okay.
had someone tell me one time. What did I say? They. No, I can't even discuss that.
Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Can't discuss it.
Cuckoo. Nah, okay, I get it, but I don't. So judging somebody, I don't think there's a negative way you can judge somebody. Now you can judge somebody, and how can I say, judging them is judging them, right? There could be some negative things about the things that you see about that person. That doesn't mean that you're judging them negatively, right? But you're using the things
That
that
you
are
observed.
not, might not necessarily be negative about them, but you're using things that just don't fit into what you're looking for, right? It doesn't
Correct.
necessarily make it, negative. It's just the picture that they've painted, you know what I'm saying? Or your perception of them. And you say, okay, this is good, that is not good, or this is acceptable to me, or this is not acceptable to me. And based on that, nah, you either in the circle or you're not. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
think there's anything wrong with that. I think you have to do that. You have to do that when you're dealing with people because
That's how you
when you,
protect yourself too.
right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You let the wrong person in your circle and it's a wrap, you know?
And negative energy.
Yeah. And then, they come getting in your circle and beating trashed out your whole circle and everything. It's bad, you know? But yeah, that's just my thoughts. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. So look, I got one more thing real quick, right? I'm gonna give you a scenario right here, and I just want to know what would you do, right? Just like
Okay.
we did on one of the other live streams. What would you do, right? So you have a brother. You love your brother to death. Let's just say he's your baby brother, right? Because I know I think women are like kind of protective over they baby brothers, Um, your baby brother, he's married, happily married, the whole American dream, right? Went to school, got a great job, got married, got 2 kids, got a girl and a boy. You know what I'm saying? He's making great money. I mean, great money, way above average money. Nice house, luxury vehicle, SUV, a dog, all of that, right? You're out and about one day, you bump into his wife, and you see that his wife doing something she ain't supposed to be doing, right? Would you tell your brother?
Oh, fuck up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my god. Well, I'm an only child. Thank gosh.
Mm. Okay, then
What I would do.
use your best friend. Use your best friend, but it has to be a guy.
No, either which way.
Okay.
I need to speak to that person
Let me,
first
okay.
because
Hold on. I'm gonna add a twist to it. The guy that your brother, the guy that your brother's wife is dealing with, is his boss. Is his boss at his high paying, very good job that's paying for the big house and the luxury cars and all of that. It's his boss.
why would you even want to ask this question?
You know, this is what I do.
Because now that
Mm,
well, one I would need to know because they could be talking. Maybe they're trying to plan something for him.
I just want to know, would you have a conversation with him about it? What if you saw them, they were holding hands? They were at dinner and they were feeding each other.
Maybe just want to throw some extra nonsense in there. Like,
I'm saying because I have to make it clear that what's going on is not appropriate.
I would probably talk to her to tell, like, you want to tell my brother. I don't care.
You would want your happily married brother.
But then it's not happily married because he don't realize his wife is out there
He's
messing
happy
around
because
with
he
his
doesn't know.
boys.
He's happy because he doesn't know.
Evidently, she's not.
We're talking about your brother. We ain't worried about her. Your brother who is happily married.
Saved by the bell. Saved by the bell. You know what?
Nah, go ahead, go ahead. Yo, this is the one time that I have a ringer on. Crazy.
Because it's saying that this is not the question for her.
Nah, that was your timer. Your time is up. You need to answer.
I can't. It's hard to answer that for real,
That's why I
because
asked you. Am I supposed to give you something easy?
that's his life, and
This is his life,
but like
and it's his wife.
why would his boss want to do that to him? Like,
Listen,
does he think
stop
he's
deflecting. Stop
he should just
deflecting.
because I pay his I pay sign
Listen,
his paycheck,
you can't get
so
into
that's
all of that.
okay.
I just want to know one thing. Would you tell your brother, your happily married brother?
Well, if he got that great job, he could get another one.
So would you tell your happily married brother? Your brother, your brother.
Yes, because morally, I would feel like I have to tell him.
You would feel like you have to tell him. So you have to
Because
shatter. You have to shatter his
that
world.
would like matter of fact, what if his boss is the father of one of them kids?
Okay, so I'm saying, so you're gonna just take his happy life that he has, and you're gonna bring it crashing down by bringing it to his attention. I'm not saying that you're doing anything. It's the wife that's doing. She's wrong all the way. But I'm simply saying he doesn't know,
I'll let him
or
know. He need
at
to,
least you don't think he knows. I don't know. Maybe he knows, but we're going
maybe
off.
he does know.
Yeah, maybe he
I'll let
does.
him know. Like, look, there's something going on. You need to find out what's going on.
So and that's what you would tell your brother.
I probably this day and age you have phones, so you could record everything.
So you're gonna record her, and you're gonna send it to him.
Not send it to him. Just speak to him and say like, yes, I am. Yes, because I could not live with myself knowing that.
Okay. Okay. Listen,
I
I
really
would,
couldn't live with myself knowing that because it would eat me up inside,
it
and
would eat
not to
you
do
up
it to hurt,
inside,
not to do it to hurt him, but to know like there's some infidelity going on.
but you know it would shatter him. It would shatter his world.
So Are you trying to say it's better not to shout at
I'm
him?
not trying to say anything.
Well, I'm just asking a question
I'm
because
just
you keep
asking.
going up. You keep throwing other stuff.
I'm just making sure that we're on the same page. So I'm just making sure, like, you with your baby brother, who
Thank God I don't have no brothers.
your brother, right? Okay, all right.
I mean, I can't live life knowing that, seeing this and not saying anything.
So you would just that's it. Bring his whole world down,
One time I try to tell
baby
him,
brother. Hmm?
they don't listen.
Who
He
don't
gonna
listen?
probably get mad at me and not speak to me anyway because he be like, "Oh, that's not true." Did it? Okay, it's not true. At least I can say I told you.
Okay, all right. You know he'll never be the same, right? He'll never be the same, right? Thanks to his big sister, right?
I probably told him not to marry that heifer in the first place. You ain't wanted to go and marry her, so
Oh, he should have listened to you in the first place, huh? All
she
right,
has
that's
those
cool.
tendencies.
Look, I was just curious to know. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, he's happy, he's living his best life. He doesn't know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, but he's
But
happy. You know what
it's
I'm saying?
not for real because he's living his best life, not really
It's
knowing
not for real for who?
for
It's
him because he really doesn't know what's going
so
on.
it is for real for him because he doesn't know.
Yeah, but then she's leading him on and
But
making him
he's
thinking
he's happy.
if I say something and he decides he wants to stay with her, then you know what? That's on him because now at least I can say my conscience is clear. I said something.
So then they get into a big fight, right? And they break up.
See, nope, that was nope, no more
What?
questions. That was
No,
that.
no, no, no. This is after. Oh, I can't bring nothing else into it. Nah, I'm just saying. So then, they get into it, you know what I'm saying, whatever. They go their
When
separate
you want to say
ways.
what you want to say.
They get a divorce. She gets the house. She gets the kid. He's paying alimony. He's paying child support for the two kids. His boss fired him. You know, you're okay with that? You'll let him move in with you after you ripped his whole life apart? Now he's depressed. He started drinking. You gonna let him move in with you? You gonna hold him down?
Depends if I'm able to. I'm a child,
Oh,
so I don't have to worry about that.
huh?
I'm an only child, so I don't have to worry about that.
Okay, all right, all right. That's cool. That's cool. That's probably why you're an only child. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, you know what? I think she would.
No, my mother said when she had me, they broke the mold.
It broke the mold. It
Yeah,
broke up. It broke the hole. Your big old head. You probably ain't been right ever since. Nah, but look,
they
I just
didn't need
wanted.
anyone else.
Nah, I just wanted to throw that out there to see, to see
Right.
what
I don't
you.
know why. Like you just
Nah,
thought
it was.
these
Come on, now that
questions.
was a good question. I know what you're gonna do tomorrow when you go to work. You're gonna be like, "Hey, I got a question for you." You about to, as soon as we finish this live
No,
stream, you're gonna
no,
text your friends like, "Oh, if you had a brother, what would you do if you found out that blah blah blah?" Don't be taking my scenarios and
no.
put them out there. Nah, but that was interesting. All right, we're gonna shut this thing down. I just
Wait a
I
minute. What
wanted
would you do?
I probably wouldn't say anything, to be honest with you. I probably would. I probably wouldn't say anything. Nah,
You
just
probably wouldn't say anything, or you
I mean, I don't know what I would do. You
no,
know what I'm
no,
saying?
no,
But
no,
I'm just
no,
saying.
no, 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 no.
I don't think I would. I really don't think. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's why I
See
asked you
how
and
I
not
said it
me.
was tough, and you was like, oh,
But
no.
that's
We
why
need
I
to
asked you. That's why I asked you and not me.
we need you to answer.
Man, if it was my baby brother,
A big brother. I don't care which one it is.
oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't think I
So you
would.
will walk around knowing his wife is sleeping with somebody else.
Listen, I
You
don't think.
you will walk around.
If listen, if my brother, if he happy, he living his best life. Now I don't think I could bring that crashing down on him. I just don't think I could. I'm just being honest with you. Nah, I want him to live his best life, and when he finds out, because what's done in the dark, you know what I'm saying? What they say was done in the dark
Will
come
come
to
to
light.
light.
Yeah, so it'll
Yeah,
come
you
to
could
light.
tell him now being a light.
Huh?
Now you could tell him them being a light.
Nah, I'm not gonna be now wherever I saw them at. Next week I'll go there again and see if I see them again. If I see it's a pattern, I don't know. Maybe I'll invite him. Like, yo, man, let's go over to the spot over here and go eat. Huh? What? Come on, man,
So
bro.
you
Come
would
on,
tell him
I wouldn't tell
not
him.
so many words.
I wouldn't tell him.
Yes, you would.
I
Because you
wouldn't
now
tell him.
you bringing him to the
No,
spot,
I said I might. I said
to
I
the
might.
spit
I
side.
don't know what I would do,
You
but
bring him
you know
to
what
the
I'm
spit
saying.
side.
What you said?
To the spit side, so he can see what's going on. But technically,
I
you
don't.
tell him and not so many words.
Nah, that's just you know what I'm saying. That's just like, I get what you're saying. Is you caught in between, like you know what I'm saying. Like your loyalty is going to be to your family. You know what I'm saying. But then you know what I mean.
If y'all close, if y'all wasn't close, would you just like, oh well,
Not. I don't
it
know.
wasn't close. Like y'all hadn't spoken in years. You mad at him for whatever, or he mad at you. Would you didn't be like, oh well, or would you go and tell him?
You know what it is? Okay. Okay. So this is probably what it is, right? I would have to. It would probably be based on, you know what I'm saying, my brother's demeanor. What type of dude is he? You know what I'm saying? What type of dude is he? That's probably what would be the deciding factor for me. What type of dude is he? If he the dude that word like
Crash out.
he could tough it out, or and you know what I'm saying, he'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I might tell him. But if he the dude he's just gonna crash out, or he the dude that he's never gonna recover, then you know what I'm saying. So that would be a deciding factor. But just knowing that,
Or y'all could come up with a plan. See, that's another
but
thing.
we can't come up with a plan. I got to come up with a plan because he don't know yet.
Come up with a plan. If you want to tell him, come up with a plan how you could get him out of it, so she don't get it anything.
Oh, so I'm about to get a house.
Fake
I'm
is
about to
that.
get. I'm about to fake his. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that's crazy. I thought you were gonna say something like, "Well, take the house, put the house in my name, or put the house in somebody else's name," and you know what I'm saying. Slowly switch out his stuff, so then when he bring it, you know what I'm saying. Then it's like, well,
You
we
do
got
that.
this, and we got that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no, you don't. You know, I think there was an athlete. I think he was a soccer player, and he got married, but he put everything, the house, the cars, all of that stuff in his
And
mother's
some
name.
other thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then when she divorced him, the judge was like, "Yo, he don't have nothing." You know what I'm saying? So I thought you were gonna say something like that. You talking about faking somebody death? I don't know about that. You got
I
to go
mean,
about it.
people
You got
do
to
it
go about it the legal way.
people do all kind of things nowadays,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, you got to do it.
and they
Do it.
find them 20 years later.
Do it the most legit way. You know. But now that's interesting. Yeah, it would really depend. It would, but like you said, it would bother me knowing like, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, like that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I don't know. That was a tough question. It was a good one though. But yeah, I don't know, man. No, man.
You thought you was gonna get off easy. Ask me the
Yeah,
question and just
I
leave
was
it
trying
at
to end the joint real quick. Like, let me just hurry
that.
up
Now
and
you
get
can end
off
it.
here. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, now that you done got me looking crazy, right? You know what I'm
Uh-huh. Okay.
saying? Oh man. But yeah, that's what's up. Nobi, I appreciate you. And thank you very much for hopping on this live stream with me. And I'm gonna have another question for you next
Questions.
time. I got
No,
another
no
question
more
for you, man. I'm gonna
questions.
save it. I'm gonna save it. We going what would you do? That's the segment of the show. What would you do? And I got some lined up for you. All right. And you know what? Even if we have a panel next time, I'm gonna direct the question just to you. That's it. Period. End of story. Yeah.
First
Pressure.
of all, you have a whole panel. Let them answer questions.
All right. All right. I'll do that. But yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, I just really wanted to talk about the Glorilla situation and you know what I'm saying, how everybody was all up in arms with it. But I mean, it is what it is, right?
Well, I'm
Change.
glad
You
she
gotta accept
won.
change. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know
Maybe
what I'm saying?
it's going to bring some more people to the side of gospel and listen to it more. Get some gospel hip hop.
Yeah, that might be a new I might be a new genre of music. You know what I'm saying?
Well, don't they have some gospel hip hop?
But is it its own classification though? You know what I'm saying?
I don't, I don't, I don't know. I don't watch TV, so I don't watch these award shows and stuff like that. So I don't even know anymore.
It might be something else called. It might be like not gospel, but something. You
Because
know what I
on the
mean?
Grammys and BET awards, certain awards you don't see them displayed throughout the show. You may see a little snippet. They bring it up on the, on the side, um, different genres of people who won for that award. So
Right,
who knows?
right, right.
I
Yeah,
hate that saying that word genre.
you don't like that word?
Not that I don't like it. I just hate saying it.
You hate saying the word. Okay,
English
well,
language.
okay, all right. Well, maybe you work on that. I don't know. You get some therapy or something like that. Maybe they'll just make you
Yeah,
say genre,
I'll do
genre,
that
genre until you
once
get
I
over it.
mess up my brother's life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that'll be. He might become a musician after that. Probably a jazz player. Dun, 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 dun. My sister dun, 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 ruined my life. Dun, 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 dun. She had to come tell me dun, 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 about my cheating wife. Dun,
See,
dun,
that's
dun,
see,
dun,
then
dun.
you just
I
got a
ain't never
song.
been the same. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't got no way to live. Dun, dun, dun,
See, you do it. There you go, your first album.
dun. Oh man, that is crazy. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, so I'm gonna jump on out of here. I appreciate you and you enjoy the rest of your day.
I will. That's nice, sir.
All right. Peace.